I just checked in, got my boarding pass. That's always the most exciting time when traveling. I guess it really just like kicks in. It's so hard to sleep the night before, and I need to sleep because the next night is a red eye, which I'm not really good with red eyes. Why I even booked it. I actually did mess up my booking, so if I had only taken a pause, a breath. You know how the week before Christmas or the holidays, you feel like you're running a marathon you didn't even sign up for? Today, we're doing the exact opposite. I'm going to show you how you can land softly in this season so you can enjoy it, even if you don't celebrate Christmas at all, or you're spending this time of year on your own. This is your mini winter retreat, built right into real life. Welcome, dreamers, believers, and bucket list retreaters. This is the Bucket List Retreats podcast, where we are talking all about retreating, retreat news on what's happening in the world of retreating. We review a retreat together and see what we think. Hi, I'm Kelly, retreat leader, retreat builder, and, retreat attendee. I'm about to go on one just this week. And I'm also someone that truly believes that it is the quiet moments where the transformation actually happens. The reflective moments. If you are new here, welcome. We are so happy to have you here. Today's title, I got a real kick out of it because of something that happened this weekend. But today's title, The Pre-Holiday Soft Landing, Ease into It, Not cashing or crashing into it. I had to change it because it was not cashing in. And this weekend I was with my granddaughters and I was asking my granddaughter if it had snowed, and she said, yes, it started snowing. She's 7 years old. And she said, yes, it started snowing at school, and we all freaked out. And boy, that just sent Mrs. You-know-who over the top. She was cashing out, she said. And I said, you mean crashing out? She said, no, she was cashing out. And she did explain to me the difference, but I couldn't tell you what that was. But that is something that we don't want to do. And don't you feel so sorry for the teacher? I just want to say thank you so much to all of the teachers out there. This weekend just proved to me how dedicated and amazing you are. That youngest daughter got to walk in the parade. We were there for a parade, and the oldest granddaughter got to march in the band in her first parade where they were in a marching band. They are in the middle school, and they did a really good job. But they had the high schoolers right ahead of them, and wow, they were fantastic. I would say almost college level. They were so good, and it gave the middle school students really something to look up to and to see how cool it was. These kids were really pretty darn cool, marching in this marching band in their hometown. It was so beautiful and so impressive, and I was so proud of my granddaughter working so hard. She's, I think, her third year of trumpet. She started, I think, in fifth grade. Now she's in seventh grade. And I'm so proud of her. She's got a real musical gift. She can pretty much play any instrument she would put her mind to. And they did such a good job. But my point was that the teachers that teach these kids and guide these kids are really so impressive. And hats off to all of you. I couldn't thank you more for my education, for my children's education, and now for my granddaughter's education. Well done. And if you cash out or crash out once in a while, hey, we get it. 6-7. Today I am drinking a matcha. We went to Trader Joe's in their town. They have one. We don't have one in our town. So I had to stock up, and they finally put a matcha latte packet in a packet. And so this is my first one. I'm testing it out. I think it's pretty good. May need a little bit of sweetener. I didn't add any, but I did add some whipped cream. So that gave it enough of a sweetness for me. and it is delicious. I'm so excited to take it on my next trip. I always pack a little packet of drinks like that, like a hot, like coffee, tea, the hot chocolate, a matcha, anything that I can find. And in that packet, I also have creamer, honey, and sugar, and an oatmeal packet, a cup of soup packet, and what else? It seems like I have something else in there. But pretty much add hot water, and I could live off that for a good 24 hours. And of course, I always take my travel mug, which you can find such cute travel mugs. And if you want something custom made for you and your retreat group on our Etsy shop, let us know. I'll put a link in the show notes. But I take this, I'm going to fill that up with ice water as soon as I get through security. It's the first thing I do. And then when I get to my destination, I'll probably get a coffee because we're flying overnight. Not my favorite thing to do, but I'm going to try to get through it for the joy of traveling to get somewhere, a beautiful eco retreat center that I am thrilled to go to and thrilled to share with you guys. Okay, so that's my coffee, or I'm not having coffee. I'm having a matcha, which I haven't had in a while. I was out. I usually get those round tubs of matcha at Trader Joe's. And this time I did get one of those, but I also got these little packets to take with me. So I'm set with my Trader Joe's stuff, and thank God. They didn't have, though, the everything but the bagel spice. They were out. I'm like, what? Isn't that your most famous item? How can they be out? But yeah, they were out. So we're gonna have to get over that. Although I think I saw it made by someone else in the grocery store. I'll just take a look up here in the little small town grocery. I want to thank everyone for joining us last week on the Retreat Leader's Guide to Gift Giving. I think it was really well received. It was the most views that I've had on the podcast, on the new relaunch of the podcast. So thank you so much for tuning in. And I hope that you got some great ideas for gift giving. And be sure to check out those Christmas cards, those digital texts that I put in the show. They are so cool for sending in lieu of a Christmas card or a holiday card through the mail. You can send them to your loved ones, your friends, your family, your retreat attendees, whoever you want to, your business colleagues, and wish them a happy holidays or Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah. I even made one for the Hanukkah season, and I think it turned out so pretty. So check those out. They're free. I did a little template in Canva, so you can alter the template and make it your own, and then download it to your phone and text it to whoever you want to. They are so well received. And if you add a little video of yourself saying, hey, happy holidays, I really miss you and wish we were together, let's plan something soon. Everyone just loves it. They love to see your face. They love to hear your voice. And it's really a great idea in lieu of the Christmas card. So check that out from last week. We even got 3 new followers on YouTube, which it's been a while. And I just thank those 3 followers so much for subscribing to the podcast, to the channel. It really means a lot to me. It really, really does. And then over on Spotify, we had some really great reactions too. So to those of you that are listening, my listeners, I really appreciate all of the support over on Spotify. I'm going to try and check out how to get on the other channels, Apple and stuff. I think I can do that relatively easy. I just have not had a minute to figure that out. I will check with production and get right on that. So I hope you have something good to drink and you can just sit back. Today's episode is a gentle exhale. We are slowing things down and trying to tune in to the meaning of the season and giving ourselves the gift of feeling grounded before everything ramps up. And if I can ask all of you to stop, look, and listen for just a moment. And now that I have your attention, let's take in a long, deep breath in through the nose, filling up the belly and holding for 4 seconds. And at the top, as we hold, think of something you want to let go of. The first thing that pops into your mind. And then let's release, blowing through the mouth even longer, getting rid of that thing that you don't want anymore. Thank you so much for joining me for that little exercise that really brings us into center. Anytime you need that, take a break. I talked about it in last week's episode also, but it really is something that I do before the podcast, before a retreat, even when I am going to a new workout class. Just take a beautiful, nice inhale and remember who you are, why you're doing what you're doing. And it is in those moments that you transform enough to do what you're about to do. All right, before we get into the pre-holiday soft landing, retreat news and reviews. I can't wait to share with you what I found this week. It is so adorable. Let's hop right into it. Today is the 9th that we are recording, and this just came out today on the parade.com website, all about Bark Airline or Bark Air. Apparently they are an airline that flies dogs and with their humans to places that they want to go to. Let's read the title. Bark Air launches first ever dog first Hawaii retreat with bone broth flights and sensory wander walks. These pups will be positively pampered. December 9th, 2025 by Megan Fay, travel and lifestyle editor of Parade. Let's read all about this retreat for dogs. The key points. Bark Air and Kona Village launched dog and human luxury retreats in Hawaii for 2026. Packages include special flights, dog-centric activities, and gourmet experiences for the pets and owners. Concierge support manages Hawaii's strict entry rules and personalized amenities for traveling pets. Okay, so it sounds like they've got all of the bases covered. How this retreat puts dogs first. The 4-night retreats, March 15th through 19th and May 13th through 17th, 2026, are built around the idea that dogs aren't just welcome, they're the guests of honor. Travelers can opt to fly on Bark Air's private LA Kona charters, which accommodates up to 10 humans and their pups with signature touches like bone broth service, soothing sensory cues, and a canine care specialist on board. Once at Kona Village, dogs and their humans stay in oceanfront villas and enjoy programming crafted specifically for the retreat. I just don't like that word. I need a new word for programming in regards to retreating. Anyhow. Kelly side note there. Okay, you get a dog-friendly welcome luau, sensory wander walks through the resort's lush landscape, morning swims at Bark Beach Club, and sunset Reiki yoga designed for humans and pups to relax side by side. Even the culinary elements get a playful twist, with dog-inclusive elements added to the retreat's acclaimed Island Roots dinner and custom bark tails created in collaboration with the resort's beverage team. Bark like cocktails, I guess. Cute. The stress-free pet travel support. One of the biggest barriers to bringing pets to Hawaii is the state's 35-day clearance window and strict testing requirements. Bark's Air Happy Concierge team handles all of it. Pre-flight vet coordination, paperwork, and on-island support, so guests can skip the stress. Dogs also receive personalized welcome kits tailored to their play style, diet, and allergies, plus around-the-clock access to on-site behaviorists and trainers. Rates begin at $2,690 per night for the retreat stay, with round-trip Bark Air service priced at $15,000 for one human and up to two small dogs. Availability is limited and booking closes in early 2026, so allow time for Hawaii's entry process. For dog lovers who want a bucket list trip with their best friend, this retreat may be the most luxurious and the most dog-centric way to experience Hawaii yet. Okay, that is some kind of retreat news, isn't it? Who would have ever thought that you could take a private plane jet from Los Angeles to Hawaii and have your dog on board with like only 10 other humans? Pretty fancy, if I do say so myself, but if I was going to pay that much, I would want to stay in Hawaii so much longer with my beloved pet. We would just have the best time. But a retreat with dogs, I'm totally in. I don't see why they have to be so expensive. I think it would be something that we could do locally and just have such a great time. I'm totally going to look into it. Great idea. And now on to retreat reviews. I can't wait to share this retreat with all of you. I wish you all were sitting right here and we could just go over each and every item together. This, I think, is really interesting, and also another one that is pretty expensive, like the taking your pet on retreat one we just read about, but not quite, and it's definitely on most people's bucket list. Let's check it out. Listeners, if you're not looking, the website on this article is so stunning. And it's not even in wintertime, which you would think it would be given the location of this retreat center. Let me tell you all about it. It's on globetrender.com. It's a magazine that talks about hotels, aviation, world, ocean, space, tech, wellness, dining, voices, intel, WFA, sorry, I don't know what that is, innovators, Web3, and queer. So they are on the lookout for all kinds of interesting articles, all kinds of interesting things, and this article certainly is one of them. The picture on the website is of a really beautiful building on the inside with really sparse design and huge windows overlooking a stunning view of Norway. I did look up how to pronounce the name of this town, so bear with me. I hope I get it right because it's in the title and all throughout the article, but let's go for it, everyone. Ytrí Island Retreat to open in Norway in 2026. This just came out also today, December 9th, 2025. I know it's a few days later when you are listening to this. However, we will put the information to the article in the show notes so you can check it out. Let's read what they have to say. Ytrí Island Retreat will be Norway's most remote luxury hotel when it debuts next year in Træna, a wild archipelago 60 kilometers off the coast. Olivia Palamountain reports. A luxury hotel where fish is caught each morning for dinner and guests gather to watch the northern lights is preparing to open on one of Norway's most isolated archipelagos. Now open for booking, Ytrí Island Retreat will launch in April 2026 on Træna, an archipelago 60 kilometers off the coast in line with the Arctic Circle. that this is definitely a bucket list retreat, if you ask me. The project represents 10 years of development by local enthusiasts who wanted to invite the world into their island community. The hotel's name derives from Old Norse, with Ytrí meaning the outer one, reflecting its remote location. It will feature 38 rooms and suites, a Northern Lights lounge, bar and seafood restaurant. Additional facilities include meeting and co-working spaces, wood-fired sauna, yoga and wellness area, a boathouse, guest harbor, and a sandy beach. Sign me up. It just sounds so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Okay. Guests can reach the island by ferry, traveling as locals do, hop aboard one of Ytry's private boats, or even arrive by helicopter. The hotel has its own helipad. On arrival at Trena, the hotel will meet guests at house and transport them to the property. Kine Williamson, general manager of Ytrí, says Ytrí is a unique retreat far out in the open sea, built on 9,000 years of history and in close collaboration with the people of the island. Here, our guests will find community, connection, and care, a place of creating memories for life while taking care of both the island and the people who live here. I love that they are welcoming people, strangers, into their beautiful, beautiful area. Let's plug in. Designed by Vardhagen Architecture. The architecture draws inspiration from old fishing villages along the coast, known for their colorful houses, solid buildings, piers, and fishing facilities. The houses are created in harmony with the landscape and shaped by the harsh coastal climates. Nature trails formed over thousands of years connect the buildings to their surroundings. The design features minimalist yet warm interiors, carefully framed views, and materials chosen to resonate with the environment. The picture of this bedroom is so soothing. It has the really soft colored wood ceiling, soft colored green painted walls, and beautiful bedding, a nice bench, and a nice window looking outside. It's really stunning. I would just feel so cozy and relaxed in that room. The hotel commits to sustainability, local sourcing, and low-impact operation. It will partner with regional producers for food, celebrate Norwegian cultural heritage, and support ecological stewardship of the island environment. That's so nice. The last thing you want to do when we explore this world is to have a negative impact on the places that we're visiting. The 48C restaurant will serve a daily 4-course menu centered on fish sourced each morning from the ocean surrounding the hotel, paired with vegetable from Ytry's own garden and greenhouse. A chef's table will offer a 12-course tasting menu celebrating Nordic ingredients and craftsmanship. I'm signed up. Sign me up. The picture on here is beautiful. It looks like they're searing some sea scallops in butter, one of my very favorite dishes. Yummy! Oh, they just look fantastic. And it pops you right into the different rooms that they offer and the prices. This first one for the 3 nights for 2 guests is 14,400 NOK. NOK, which is the currency over there in Norway. And I did check out the conversion to USD, and it is about $1,400. But for 2 people for 3 nights, it sounds really amazing to me. So I wanted to just see what else they had to offer. And if you go down, they just show these beautiful rooms, which looks absolutely amazing. And after I did a little bit of investigation on the website, I did run across one of their trips. It's called the Girls Getaway. Let's take a listen and you let me know what you think if this sounds like a fun getaway for you and your girlfriends. Take the girls on a coastal retreat designed for slow living, shared experiences, and deep relaxation. Upon arrival, you'll be greeted with champagne and fresh fruit in your room, along with a curated self-care spa kit to set the tone for your stay. Breakfast is served each morning, and on the second evening, a refined four-course dinner at Alma awaits. Choose between a 2 or 3 night stay or linger longer if time allows. Spend your days island hopping, joining guided activities, or simply unwinding in our Arctic wellness area. After an active day, we recommend booking our traditional sauna ritual for a deeply restorative experience. Our team is happy to arrange tailor-made adventures to suit your group's wishes. Lunch is not included in the package, but we highly recommend visiting some of Trina's beloved local eateries. You may also bring a packed lunch for excursions or order from our a la carte menu. That's so handy when you have a group. I'd love to take lunches to go places. At Ytrí, many experiences are included in your stay. Begin your morning with a refreshing dip in the sea, get warmed up in the sauna, or relax in our Arctic wellness area with a hot tub and beach just steps away. Yes, yes, yes. I would really have to push myself to do that Arctic cold plunge, but I want to do it. It goes on to say you'll have complimentary access to the fitness room and can borrow equipment such as SUP boards, kayaks, canoes, bicycles, and diving gear, perfect for exploring the islands at your own pace. Experience the freedom to connect with Trina's raw and unspoiled nature, whether you wish to slow down, recharge, or fill your days with adventure. For added comfort, private transfers by boat or helicopter, as we read before, can be arranged upon request. Oh my goodness. So I think this retreat checks all the buckets for me. I would love to go there. I would want to stay longer than the 3 days, or maybe it's just a great place to go while you're checking out the rest of Norway. I think the food sounds fantastic. The rooms look beautiful, and the activities sound really amazing. And just being there, seeing the Northern Lights, things like that, I can only imagine how transformative this place is. Tell me what you think. Would you want to go to Norway or take your group to Norway to such a beautiful retreat center? Imagine if you could get the whole place, 38 beds. Yes. Anna, the gal that we work with doing retreats in Iceland, does similar retreats. And I know she would just think this sounds fantastic. So check out those retreats. They're kind of hard to get into, this Wim Hof method of getting into cold water and how beneficial that is to your body on every single level is really getting popular. I mean, that Northern Lights Lounge sounds fantastic. The best way to see the Northern Lights. You're not, outside. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for retreat news and reviews. I hope you enjoyed going over those 2 pieces of really fun information in the retreat world, taking your dogs on retreat or taking your group to a magnificent new retreat center in Norway. Please give the podcast a like or a follow. Or if you really liked it, even subscribe so you can get news and reviews each and every week here on the podcast. Okay, let's get into it. I mean, I love that TikTok. I don't know, is it neat when she's Anyhow, this time of year is so interesting because no two people experience it the same way. I know that the moms are and dads are just so super crazed trying to pull together everything, their time off, the gifts for the kids, getting the kids to all of the holiday shows, the parades, the practices, the parties. It's so much. And, some of us celebrate Christmas and others of us don't. There are so many other traditions this time of year. Some of us are surrounded by family, while some people are absolutely alone, or at least they feel completely alone. And some people actually prefer it that way. So instead of making it about holiday expectations, what I like to do is make it more about the season, the winter energy or lack thereof. It's really an ancient wisdom that humans have felt before the modern holiday even existed. Longer nights, quieter mornings, a natural pull to rest. This is where the old Norse and pagan rituals actually make sense. Lighting candles to bring warmth, gathering around simple meals, spending more time in reflection than in frenzy. It is a season that invites us gently to slow down, but the world doesn't always let us. So we must create this for ourselves. That is the heart of the pre-holiday soft landing. The first is the 5-minute arrival or leave pause. Before you start your day or walk into anything holiday related, set your hands in your lap, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, how can I move through today with ease? That's it, a tiny check-in that shifts everything. It really gives you a beautiful mindset as you start out. The second is one of my favorites. It's one daily joy spark. Pick one thing every single day that brings you joy and make it a non-negotiable. A warm drink, a walk in the cold air, lighting a candle, simple, human, grounding. This works beautiful for people spending the season solo too. It creates little anchors of comfort that don't depend on anyone else. The third, a gentle seasonal boundary. Choose one thing you will not take on. Not every invite, not every errand, not every expectation. Say, I'm going to keep things simple this week. People get it, and if they don't, they'll adapt. And for a soft evening ritual, it's so easy to forget when you are so used to your bedtime ritual. But if you can add this after you brush your teeth as you slide into bed, and this is borrowed straight from retreat evenings. Think low lights, a warm drink, slow movements, calming music. No phone. 10 minutes is all it takes. It signals your nervous system it's time to slow down, a calming slowdown. And that is what we all need right now. And it really helps even with a calming sleep. Another is a meaning-making moment. Decide what the season means to you personally. Is it rest, renewal, reflection, quiet joy, connection, or simply a slow glide into the next year? That's usually what it is for me. This is where the inclusion happens. It doesn't matter if you celebrate Christmas Yule, not at all, or you celebrate everything. What matters is, what do you want this stretch of winter to be for you? Maybe write it down and let it guide your choices. Last week when we were at this Christmas get-together, watching our grandchildren in the parade, the holiday adventure just kept going on. But we made a decision as a group, as a family, to not go out to the holiday Christmas tree lighting because we were so tired from all of the events of the day. We had a family member that had a birthday. We did those parades. We had a big old breakfast and we had a big dinner for a lot of people. So we made the decision as a family to stay in on that super cold night anyways, and we had the best time ever talking about our day, sharing pictures of the parade, and really spending the time with those that mattered the most to us and doing what was important to us and taking a pause from that hectic weekend. And I mean, I had so much fun watching the grandchildren at the parade, but that night together was really special as well. And before we close, I wanted to share with you a piece of advice that I received this week that I thought was so profound and such a great idea. If you are into reading affirmations, consider reading them on your phone, recording them in your voice, and then listening to them over and over in your voice. It's I loved that idea and have been doing that for this week, and I think it really hits your brain hard to hear those affirmations that are important to you in your own voice. It really kinda it's like a double whammy for the old brain. Technology makes things so amazing sometimes, doesn't it? So there you go, everyone. That is your pre-holiday soft landing advice from a retreat leader. It's a gentle way to step into this season without feeling stressed and pulled and overwhelmed. You get to choose your pace. You get to protect your peace. You get to honor your own meaning of this time of year. It really makes it special. Thanks for being here, friend. Remember to breathe. You're doing this beautifully. Keep retreating, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye-bye. Hit follow. Share it with a friend who you think might be interested in retreating. Until then, keep retreating, keep exploring, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye, everyone. Now I get to go on vacation!